Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game between EmpireKas and MillStephano. Stephano is the red Zerg up in the top left position, and we have got Kas down in the bottom right as the blue Terran. Now, I'm actually a bit confused. I've got more games between these two, and I think it's a best of 3, but I'm not quite. I couldn't find a tournament that it was from, so it may just be ladder games. But who knows? All I know is that these are two amazing players. It's going to be an awesome game, and I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to enjoy it. So let's. Well, what are they going to do? Well, it is obviously a TVZ map. Well, got very narrow ramp to your entrance, to your main, and also to your naturals. Not too bad. You've got these rocks blocking entrance to your third, but they can be taken down quite easily. Going to be a bit of a pain for Stephano, but I mean it'd be worse if Kas played Protoss, because then, well, he'd forge fast expand, and then Stephano would need this third base super quick. Kas isn't going into well, not really that confident. You kill me so much, and always same limits. So, Kas doesn't think he's going to win this, but come on, Kas. Go Kas. Anyway, so what is going on at Kas? Seriously, that just triggered Supernatural. Apparently Kas is in, like, the season finale. Anyone who watched it, Castiel, wow, best character ever. Shouldn't have got rid of him anytime soon. So, here we will see Stephano going for a 15 hatch anyway now. To be honest, fairly standard, to be expected. What is Kas going to do? Well, considering there is no sign of any gas yet, and there's also this 400 minerals, my thought is they're going to command center. Now, this is fairly standard. Command center, well, it's not that standard actually. Command center before barracks, so a rather bold move to say the least. But to be honest, it's just so obvious that Stephano is going to go for a 15 hatch. It's what Zerg players do against Terran, unless they're doing something crazy. And here goes Stephano with a 16 pool as well, I believe. So, again, very, very normal. He's also getting a gas up, though, which is slightly more peculiar, but again, not massively. It just means he's not going to get a super fast third base or go for any kind of gasless build a lot of Zergs do favour. Now, really down here, we will see straight away a double barracks coming out here. So, it's a command center into a double racks from Kas, which is pretty damn good. Obviously, going to be quite a few Marines out in time to deal with anything too much. No wall off, though, here from Kas, which some Terrans may find a bit worrying, especially in lower leagues, but you don't have to worry about it too much. Not every Zerg 6 pulls. A lot do, especially in the lower games, but then lots of Protoss players 4-gate, and lots of Terran players go for a proxy 2 racks, because yeah, that's what happens. Anyway, what else have we got going on? Well, Stephano, he's got his natural base up. Meanwhile, though, we will see that the natural base is also out for Kas. So it isn't floated down yet, but it is morphing into an orbital command, which means more mules. Double gas coming down here for Kas as well. Getting out 2 Marines at a time from each of those barracks. Well, 2 Marines in total, 1 from each barracks. Speed now on the way down there for Stephano. He has pulled all of his guys out of gas. That's a big tell if you're a Terran player or a Protoss player. Look for if the Zerg pulls gas out, because that means he's just gone for speed and is not going to be getting banelings or anything anytime soon. Now, if we come and have a look down at Stephano's natural, he's just droning up. There is a bunker going down just the front here for Kas. He's flowing down his natural. He wants to be safe. That one Zergling is going to come up. It should be able to get sniped off, but not before Stephano sees that base down, which of course is all he really wants to know. Now, since the bunker's down, there's going to be no threat really from Stephano unless he does something crazy or Linish. And we will see a factory come down here for Kas. Meanwhile, up at Stephano's base, still just putting one guy back in gas. There goes all 3 now. So, if we take a look at the work count, 26 to 23 when you take mules into account, it's still pretty even. And by having that command center up so quickly, Kas will be able to keep up with the work production for a while. Now, here comes a reactor. So, reactor head-ins are going to come out. There's also a tech lab on that other barracks. So, what will that tech lab get? Well, we won't see. It was selected momentarily. Actually a second factory, so it could just be used to switch, which that'd be a very, very, very quick tank play, but would be awesome nonetheless. A Roach Warren coming down here somewhere. Where are you, Roach Warren? There we go. So Roach Warren on the way down there for Stephano. He's also getting up his third base, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He knows that Kas has got out his natural, so he needs to stay one base ahead, and that's exactly what he's doing. These rocks need to come down ASAP, otherwise those Hellions are going to be a nightmare. But likewise, this queen forward here getting great creep spread purely because Stephano did go for that pure macaroni queen. He is getting out those 5 roaches. Now those roaches have 2 purposes. Firstly, they will prevent the Hellions from being too much of a pain. Secondly, they'll also allow these rocks to come down really quickly. A double Evo coming out for Stephano, so double upgrades, fairly standard. Now, surprisingly, this factory wasn't switched with the reactor. 2 Marines being got out at a time. Combat shield on the way down. A tech lab coming onto this factory as well. So it looks like Kas is actually gearing up to do what could be quite a lot of damage, to be honest. Those Marines getting pumped out very, very stubbornly and very, very quickly. Now, here goes off the switch. So a lot of Hellions will be coming out now very, very quickly. And, I mean, interesting move, and we're actually getting Blue Flame as well, so of course Blue Flame is going to absolutely roast any Zerglings and drones, but of course Stephano's gone for those roaches, so he should be fine there. The 1-1 upgrades for melee on the way out, so Stephano going for his usual mass upgraded Zergling style. Here we will see masses of drones. Stephano really needs to transfer some of those out down to that 3rd base. There he goes, and almost perfect. No, it was exactly perfect. Stephano just being amazing. If we take a look at the work count, 56 to 42, so here we go. Stephano's starting to get the lead there now. He's going to hit about kind of 70-ish, which is a nice point, and out comes a big push though by Kas. He's got that 70 supply. His supply blocked temporarily, getting a double supply depot. Come on, Kas, don't get supply blocked. Factory being built, and another factory. So really a big shift into, well, a mech player. 3rd base also on the way out, but the creep spread is just incredible for Stephano here. There comes some roaches, but obviously the Marines will deal very, very well with the roaches. Blue Flame is about to finish, and that is the timing that Kas is going for here, because the Marines will deal incredibly well with the roaches. We can see a big engagement here. There goes the Hellions in, but some getting picked off. A Thor in production, +1 vehicle weapons coming out. Those Marines move forward, and those Marines are insanely good against roaches, but obviously as the roach numbers get higher, the Marines get less and less efficient. Here comes some Hellions though, and really the Marines are just to draw the fire back, but you'll see here just great control out of Stephano. And I don't even think he lost a drone. Nope, not a single drone lost to Blue Flame Hellions, so Stephano is amazing, basically. This 3rd base on the way down for Kas. Now, probably going to float over to here, just because it's a nice position to hold. And we will see big production, more Hellions, more Thors. So Thors are on the way. And we will see Siege Mode come out. So it's going to be quite a mech. It's not kind of exclusively mech, I mean, because he's got these 2 barracks, but it's a more mech-focused build here. Thor Hellion with some Marine pressure. We will see Stephano take his 4th base. He's also got Lair Tech up, he's getting his infestation, but he's getting 2-2 upgrades just started now. That +1 vehicle weapons just on its about to pop out there for Kas. He's also got another tech lab coming down on this factory here. His 3rd base is floating down, and actually just floating down to this position, which again, can't blame him, because this is a very, very exposed position here. I was thinking of a different map when I said he would float up there. I don't know what was wrong with me. Of course he's going to float it down here. But again, Kas he's just in a comfortable position. He's got that engineering bay out. He's getting that +1 vehicle weapons just finished, getting +2. He's getting a sensor tower down just to see. This will cover kind of all his area around here to see exactly when a push comes in. Stephano's 4th base is about to finish up. He's got his 5th and 6th gas, getting a 5th base as well. So Stephano's just going expand crazy. He's got pathogen glands, he's got the infestors on the way, he's got the hive check. It's not even 12 minutes. He started out about 11 minutes 30-ish, 11 minutes 25 roughly, so crazy early hive. He's also got his macro hatch on the way there. 2-2 upgrades about half done. Meanwhile down here, well, siege mode just about to finish for Kas. He's got that +2 vehicle weapons. He's getting a planetary fortress down on this 3rd, so really that's a good choice because he's going for a more mech heavy play. He's slightly weak going until he maxes out. Basically he's got a bit of a danger of a big push coming in, so by getting that planetary fortress it just means he'll be able to defend his 3rd a little bit easier. And those Hellions are seeing absolutely everything that's going on. No, there's quite a big roach ball, but again those roaches aren't being upgraded apart from their armor. +2 vehicle weapons, about a 3rd done there for Kas, 3rd to a half, and Hive is just finished up now for Stephano. Now what's he going to go for? No Spire, so my money is really that it's, well, there goes the adrenal glands straight away, and there's the Ultralisk Cavern, which I was about to say will probably come out. And what else have we got going on? Well, if we take a look at the work count, 78 to 64, so Stephano is just going to be in pure army production, because he's got enough drones, he's got all his bases up, he's got, well, a macro hatch. He could do with another queen and the macro hatch just to keep the injects going. There's the ultralisk cavern, there's a second macro hatchery. So Stephano's just going to be in crazy mode. Kas, he's getting up another command center. He's about to get +2 vehicle weapons done. He's still building SCVs and tanks and Hellions and just mech. And as he gets close to that 200 or 200 mark, he will just be harder and harder for Stephano to deal with. But Stephano, great reaction there, getting Neural Parasite. That's great for picking up Thors and tanks. And obviously the other thing Stephano needs to be careful of, though, is not engaging too late. He is actually a bit behind in supply as well here, so it'd be in some ways good to wait for the 3-3 upgrades, or at least until Neural Parasite is done. Obviously Adrenal Glands will be out soon as well, so those Zerglings will do huge damage. But we will see here, Kas is actually moving out, and really that's because he's nearly maxed out and he can just start marching forward. The ultras are on the way though, so Stephano obviously saw his money getting a bit high and just held down with Yuki, because that's the quickest way to get rid of money you possibly can. Big fungal growth goes off on a couple of Hellions, some get very low on HP. How much is that one even on 3? So that is not a good position for a Hellion to be, but we will see here the siege tanks moving forward. And what I really like about Stephano's play is he's got this base up here, but even if that dies, he can counterattack with Zerglings down here, and of course that's going to be 2-2 Zerglings with Adrenal Glands, which will do huge damage. A great scan goes off there by Kas, but even if Stephano loses base, he can just move over to this one and still be pretty happy. So good expansion play there by Stephano, who is now maxed out. He's got 4 more ultras on the way, got the ultra armor upgrades, and here we go, some big neural parasites. 3 Thors get picked off straight away. They're doing some big damage. A massive fungal growth goes off on a lot of Hellions, just pinning them back. And to be honest, those Thors stayed up very, very nicely, but a lot of tanks were focused down there. So to be honest, Stephano looks like he's going to clear this up. He's just reinforcing. Here comes in all the ultras, a lot of infested Terrans, ultras flanking in from behind, and they will just pick off everything. So Stephano took real minimal losses there. He's only lost 2 drones in this entire match. And if we look at the resources lost, well, Stephano's had amazingly cost-effective engagements, which is never, well, if you're a Terran or Protoss, you never want to see your resources lost tab be lower than a Zerg's, because even when a Zerg is winning, he can have, well, more resources lost, because Zerg units don't trade that cost effectively. But here comes in Stephano with a big push down here, and to be honest, he can just march in. There is not enough siege tanks, and I mean, that planetary fortress, if it's mass repaired, could stand a chance, but I mean, these are about to be 3-3 ultras. Well, actually no, they'll be about to be 5-3 ultras. And just look at the rate that planetary fortress goes down, and that just melts. And that there is pretty much going to be GG, because all of those SCVs go down. Even if somehow Kas holds this, which he could just about for a couple of seconds, because he has got that +2 attack on the Thors. He's got a couple of Thors out. He could, in theory, hold it for a while. But, I mean, to be honest, he's down to, well, he's got this base up here, which, to be fair, he could transfer SCVs to. But if we look at the workers killed, 28 killed, and it does look like Stephano's actually going to come and check over here. And once that goes down, it's really the nail in the coffin, because, I mean, look, Kas is nearly mined out as natural. That base is gone. A big fungal growth goes off there, so the Hellions are picked off by the ultras, and this is sort of a last ditch attempt by Kas. He's just got so much stuff. Look at that mass infested Terran lob, and there is the GG. Well played. So I hope you did enjoy the game. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Blah 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 blah. More importantly though, if you did enjoy, come back again. Leave any comments or feedback, etc. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.